Hi Andros, thanks for seeing us today.
Pleasure.
I just want to ask you a little bit about your career and football. How did that all start off?
I think from a young kid I've always liked watching football. My dad was a massive football fan, so from a young age it's always been drummed into me that football. And then I think when I got to the age of 6, 7, I started playing and realised I was half decent, and realised it was a career choice that I wanted to go down.
And so you started at Spurs Academy, is that right?
Yeah, I've been at Spurs since the age of, I think I went there at 8, so I've been there for the good part of 15 years now.
What drives you every day to really make yourself a better player?
I think it's just trying to be the best I can be. I think I go into training every morning, looking to improve every day. Every time I step on the field, looking to improve and try and become the best player that I can possibly be. And I think that's what drives me to go into training every morning and work hard.
And you've had 9 different loan spells when you've been at Spurs?
Yeah, I've had 9 different loan spells. I think it's important nowadays for young players to go out in the lower leagues and get experience of the different type of football, because of course at Spurs it's like you play nice football, you play on the floor, but I think sometimes you have to learn the other side of the game. Playing for Yeovil on a Tuesday night, it's windy and there's long balls come in the box and you've got to deal with it. So I think the loan system for myself was incredibly important for my development.
And it seems you've been, kind of on the scene for a long time, but you're only 23, and your debut at Spurs was in kind of 2013, is it, when you had your full?
I made my debut, I think, a few years before that, but I think last season was the first time I actually broke into the Premier League side and had a run of games in the Premier League side. So it's been a long time coming from when I made my professional debut to when I actually broke into the Spurs team full time.
So what are your goals and ambitions now for your career?
I'm not one that likes to think too far ahead, but I think for now my main focus is nailing down a place in the Spurs team, and of course for my country, keep getting the caps when I can, keep playing well, keep scoring goals for my country, and that's my kind of initial goals. I think it's important to not look too far ahead, because then you won't be focusing on the here and now. So,
what's your proudest moment in your life or in your career?
I think I've had a few. I think being a Spurs boy to make your debut at White Hart Lane and score and get man of the match, I didn't think it could get better than that, but then a few years later made my debut for England at Wembley and scored and got man of the match. So those two definitely have got to be two of the proudest moments of my life so far.
Do your family still go and watch you all the time? Because I read that they followed you when you were young. They would go to all your away games and stuff.
Yeah, they've been there with me all the 9 loans. They were always there in the stands, home or away, south or north of England. They're always there, but yeah, they're still there now. It's only White Hart Lane's only around the corner for them, so it's easier for them now. But yeah, they've always been there for me. What
advice would you give someone who's at a young age that really wanted to, really do well in football?
I think just never give up, really. I think in my career I've had so many setbacks. I've had clubs tell me I'm not good enough, tell me that they've got other players that are better than me. And I think the main thing is just believe in your own ability and never give up, and eventually your talent will shine through.
Okay. What about your spare time? When you're not training, which I assume takes up a lot of your time, and away at games and everything, what do you like to do to wind down or relax?
I think everything is sport orientated for me. Anything with competition in it, whether it be darts, crazy golf, tennis, PlayStation, anything with competition, anything I can win, that's what I like to do in my spare times.
I hear you really like darts, which is, I don't know why, it's just a surprise to me really, but you went to see the darts?
No, yeah, I'm always, when I get the opportunity, of course, we're always playing, so it's difficult to get down, but when I get the odd day off or the weekend off, I'm always down at the darts. It's a good occasion, especially the World Championships. It's a good night out, and first and foremost, I like the darts. I watch the darts at home, so yeah, it's definitely another sport that I like watching.
And what about music? What kind of music are you into?
I I think I'm into like the old school music, the old school R&B, like the Ushers, the R. Kellys, those sort of people. I'm not really a big fan of music nowadays, but my iPod is all the old school stuff.
Okay. And if you wasn't a footballer today, what do you think you'd be doing?
I think that's a difficult question because I think I've been at Spurs since I was 8, so from the age of 8, the only thing in my mind was I want to be a footballer, I want to be a footballer. So I didn't really have any other goals. I wasn't really good at school, so I think it was football, nothing for me.
Okay. So we've got your plates today, your brilliant Andros plates. When did you first start about getting a number plate? Have you had one before? Or?
No, I've not had one before. I've been trying to get one for a few years and had no joy in getting the perfect plate. And luckily, you guys at Regtransfers called up my agent and said you had a plate available for me, and I was delighted. And hopefully, I can have this plate for a few years to come.
You never really considered having things like initials. It was your name that you really wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wanted. Well, my name's it's a rare name anyway, so if I could get the full name on my card, then that'd be perfect. And it's come about, and I'm delighted.
Brilliant. And does anyone you know have plates, like family members or team players, different people?
Yeah, a lot of the boys at Spurs have their own personal plates. There's a few decent ones, and I've got one as well. Yeah.